Welcome back. And now joining us in the studio today, we have Naghma Mulla, who's the CEO of EdelGive Foundation, the philanthropic initiative of Edelweiss Group. EdelGive Foundation is a grant-making organization helping build and expand philanthropy in India by funding and supporting the growth of small to mid-sized grassroots NGOs committed to empowering vulnerable children, women and communities. She is speaking with us about the origins of EdelGive Foundation and its journey so far in the space of women empowerment, their Stree-Leads initiative and much more. So tell us more about the origins of EdelGive Foundation and how did you guys begin? What was the thought?
So it began in 2008. And I think Edelweiss was very forward thinking at that time to start a foundation just to structure their philanthropy when there was no CSR. So the promise was that once profits were booked, they would be dedicating 1%, to philanthropy. And that's how EdelGive was formed, with a small mandate that they will find unique ideas across the country, small and mid-sized organizations, and will give them small grants. That's really how it all began.
Yeah, and what is the kind of work over the past couple of years that you have done specifically in the space of women empowerment?
See, when we began, we actually thought we will work with women to give them life skills, give them employment opportunities.
That's right.
Very quickly, we learned that it's not so simple and societal norms play a very big role. And we gradually came to the point where it was like social empowerment and economic empowerment will help a woman get her true empowerment, which means not only the ability to earn, but also to have agency over that income, understand how to invest it, understand how to protect her income, have access to property rights, know how the legal system works with her. So we now have a very comprehensive, set of grants that go out to serve this purpose. Alongside that, we have a strong media advocacy piece, which basically highlights, like we had a Udyam Stree program, which showed micro entrepreneurs as women from across rural India. When you and I think of entrepreneurs, we think of women like us. But the fact is, most micro-entrepreneur women in India are the vada pav stalls, the kirana stores, and these are profit-making women.
Some artwork, or in the clothing business, and so on and so forth.
So we had a positive media advocacy piece that put them in the mainstream with a campaign line that said "Pyar to small vyapar" and "Buy from women." Right now, we are working on something called Stree-Leads, which is talking about women in careers and in workforces and how to accelerate their journey on leadership.
Yeah, and also, India is a country where you much need all of these kind of initiatives, because recently there was a report, Global Gender Gap Report 2024 by WEF, where they said that India fares fairly low in South Asia when it comes to gender parity. So can you tell us more, what can be done to reverse this?
Yeah, India's ranking like 129 out of about, I think, 138. It's dropped 2 points. Bangladesh is 99. So, not good.
Yeah.
The fact is that while we have more and more women who are entering workforces, who are also getting educated, we also have an increasing gender parity. What does it mean? It means that out of the listed companies, only 100 companies have women CEOs. The number of women in leadership positions is low. Income disparity is very high. Access to opportunities is very low. So this needs a bridging of a serious kind. When we talk about bridging this gap, we also have to realize that, for example, let's take corporate India. At entry point, we almost have an equal representation of men and women.
Yes.
But as a woman rises up the ladder, you see that when she marries, when she's pregnant, and then in India, exclusive to India, when the child is in 10th standard, she drops off. That means that we definitely have a disparity and a gap that widens as a woman's age progresses or her ability to access more opportunities progresses.
Yeah, but as at least something in marketing and the industry that Storyboard tracks very extensively, we have seen a lot of women leaders, taking positions as CMOs and CXOs. Who have been formerly in advertising agencies, even agencies, creative agencies.
Correct.
We have seen that change over the past couple of years. How can they help change the narrative?
Oh, that, stereotyping. We have to break the stereotype that a woman has to be a certain kind or has to do certain kind of roles. The fact is that when you think, for example, of a farmer, you will think of a man. most of Indian farmers are women. The fact is that when you think of household chores, the imagery is that of a nurturing mother. Now, mother is nurturing, but the fact is that doesn't have a direct correlation to her ability to do laundry, for example. I think media and marketing play a very important role in breaking these stereotypes and says that our ability to do certain kind of work is not representative of the power and the abilities we hold as individuals. And that really is the power that media and marketing holds.
Also, this is an industry which has access to multiple sectors as well. Like, like a leader in insurance would probably, have some influence in that sector. But advertising is such sector that you interact with, let's say, auto industry on a regular basis, or insurance, or banking, and so on and so forth. So how can, these interactions lead to like a positive change in those respective sectors and industries?
See, the story is in your hand. You become the storyteller. So from what lens are we going to tell the story? Not putting her as a recipient of all the benefit, but also the person who is benefiting. Also realizing the power is that while you are catering to, the paying customer is the auto industry or a different kind of industry, the ultimate consumer of the product is that child, everybody ranging from the age of 3 to the age of 80. So there is a huge responsibility. There is a responsibility to represent this woman as more than the role that has been designated to her in the family unit or in the office unit, showing her as a senior member, showing her as someone who drives, and it's not exceptional, it's part of the routine. Like till today, I drive around and we have silly jokes on, is the car okay or are you okay? I think we have to break these. And this is the power of good marketing and good media. Change the way the story is told.
Yeah, and how have you changed the narrative, if you can, give your personal example?
See, like I said, let's begin from the whole story of driving. The fact is that we can either choose to be upset or we can choose to smile and carry it with grit and keep proving that you are wrong. And the story is bigger than, a woman doing X, Y, or Z. The Udyam Stree story, where we positioned the rural woman as a strong, profit-savvy entrepreneur who earns limited profit but knows how to make her spend, how to borrow, how to, return her loans, and is a good financial customer. That was a big learning for us. That we are not making up a story. This is the woman. She is paying off her loans. She is smart about her business. Now, when we moved into the corporate sector and we did a little bit of a research, we went and, we had interviews with 65 women in different corporate leadership roles. And we were stunned to see that the biases did not surprise us. The most surprising thing about... yes, I go home and I'm tired and I have to do household chores. I have to manage the expectation. And in many places, she's not even upset about managing the expectation. She thinks it's part of the role. In fact, some of the senior women also said that they feel like they are bothering a meeting when they're being vocal. Some of the men said that they would be even more liberated if, they're having an only boys conversation going on. So these biases that came out of those interactions, we've based an entire campaign called Stree-Leads, which is running out, running off LinkedIn, which is not attacking these biases, but actually confronting them and saying it's not all true. Second, through this program, through this Stree-Leads campaign, we want to highlight women leaders and share practical lessons. Practical lessons of how they've navigated it, so that those who are climbing up the ladder don't think that this is something out of bounds for them or this is exceptional. What we've done with senior leaders so far is either we've pedestalized them so much, like, they're so big, how can I be like this person? I'm not this exceptional, I'm not this smart. But it's not like that. Everybody's human, everybody's got vulnerabilities. To show a woman in corporate career that vulnerabilities are okay and we still can navigate, and like someone else became a leader, she can too. Our campaign is trying to address that by practical sharing of lessons, by spotlighting on leaders who are way up the ladder and actually making access to leadership opportunities simpler than it seems to them while they are at it.
Wow, that's a great thought, to humanize,
Yes.
all the leaders who are already there. Great thought. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank you so much.